I got home last night, BT. I was like, let me throw on the Knicks, see if they can beat the Hornets. And while I will admit that there was maybe more intrigue than normal because of whatever implications these in-season tournament games have, they couldn't even explain what's going on. Point differential in the Boston game, how many they've beaten the Bulls by, how many the Knicks got to win by. Even when the game went final, it still didn't, there was no real result as to, hey, the Knicks are in and this is how. Like, it is so convoluted. But to me, the bigger issue is just that they're trying to make games that they, as a league, have diminished mean something, where we all know the reality is the coaches, more so the players, don't care about the regular season NBA games anymore.
All right, so I want to go back to something you said earlier. You said you got home from work, from SNY, and you watched the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch the Knicks-Sun game on Sunday?
I did not.
Okay.
Now, it's Sunday up against football.
It's Sunday football. You're tired from watching too much football.
I mean, yeah.
Understood. Did
Nothing
you watch?
else makes the radar on Sundays except
That's
for football.
true. Did you watch the riveting comeback against Miami when they were down by 21 points? Did you watch that game? Were you locked in, yes or no?
I was not.
You were not. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you come in today. Last night is the in-season tournament. You watched it, but yet here you are taking a dump on it. The previous two games, although the Heat game actually was the in-season tournament as well. Listen, it seems to me that you're in the minority here. And I'm surprised.
You think people like this crap?
I don't know if they love it or even really like it, but I believe that they're more into it than I thought they were. I know that I am. Let me just speak for myself. So I was doing some math this morning, right? And I estimated how many regular season Knicks games I think I've watched.
Right.
All right. From Bernard King to Patrick to Spree in Houston to Marbury, to now. I came up with about 2,500 regular season Knicks games.
Okay.
And that's conservative.
Right.
Now, usually I pop in on 82 of them.
Right.
But there were a couple of years when I was working out of market, climbing up in this business. I didn't have access to MSG.
Bro, come on. The last 20 years, for the most part, they've been unwatchable.
But I still watch them.
Oh, God bless you.
Well,
I know that there are fans out there that do. I mean, come on. They have been.
Oh,
they're basically telling you not to watch.
It's been brutal, but I'm just saying I still watch them, right? Anyway, so my number's conservative, right around 60 a year. So that gets me to about 2,500-ish. And last night, all joking aside, while I was confused, while I was jumping on Twitter to see what the hell the point mark, the plus,
you figured
the
it out?
point
'Cause I
differential
still
was.
haven't.
No, I just know that we're playing Milwaukee. But there was an additional layer of added intrigue of all the 2,500-ish regular season games that I've watched. Last night was a little different. And I'll take it.
See, that's where I'll take issue with you, though. We grew up in the 90s, dude, watching these games. Every single game meant something, not just to me as a fan, to the players. Patrick Ewing didn't take a night off. Blood, sweat, and tears every single night. Ewing, Starks, Oakley, Harper, and on and on and on. And not just them, Reggie Miller and his Pacers, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the Chicago Bulls, Alonzo Mourning, whoever you name, Tim Hardaway, yeah, exactly, Rick Smith, you name it. These guys gave it every single night because the games mattered. Every one of those 82 games mattered. Now they don't. So the league has to come up with this bullcrap tournament that they still can't explain. Mike Breen trying to sell the game to us last night, and you're right. I'm more intrigued to watch. Okay, you know what? In-season tournament, they're playing the Hornets. My wife's asleep, putting the baby to sleep. I got some free time here. Let me heat up my dinner. I'll watch the game. So I throw it on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And they don't even know. Oh, well, the Celtics are up by 40. This could be a bad thing for the Knicks. Wait, the Knicks are up by 20, and now they're keeping this on. Well, what is going on? Can somebody explain to it? Group B? I mean, I don't know what's going on here. But what I do know is that they have to do this because the players don't care about the regular season games anymore. And to me, that is unacceptable. That is criminal. As a matter of fact, these guys getting paid millions of dollars don't care about the games they're getting paid to play.
Well, that's a different discussion, and I'm with you on that. I mean, it's part of the same discussion. That just goes down a little bit of a different alley, and I align myself with you on that, to the point where these guys are getting paid $500,000 to the winner, $200,000 to the loser. Yeah. Fundamentally, it crushes me that we've got to incentivize these guys. The seventh men making, $17 million. 48's making 19. He never even plays. Listen, we could do 4 hours on what's wrong with the NBA, starting with the toothless wuss of a commissioner. We can start with that. But we're not going to.
He's got teeth issues?
I mean, he doesn't have the punch. He doesn't he doesn't have any bite. He doesn't have any juice.
Okay.
He's giving it all to the players. But
I took it literally.
I know you did. Yeah. I will say this, all right? So, as much as I resist some new things, like, we always have fun about my music style. Like, almost all of my music goes back to 80s, 90s, okay? My TV shows, 80s, 90s for the most part.
We're in the same wheelhouse. I know 6 years apart,
man.
but...
Yeah, the posters, the sneakers, the things that we had, that's always going to resonate more with us. But with this, while I was knocking it when it was first conceptualized, I gave it a chance, all right? Much like NBA fans gave, I'll take you on a little ride here. I think you'll like this, the three-point shot.
Yep.
So the NBA three-point shot was introduced back in 1979. A little bonus if you know who hit the first one.
I don't.
Chris Ford, Celtics,
Okay.
1979.
Never heard of him. Okay.
Okay.
Was he
the
former coach?
Yeah, former coach.
Yeah,
you know the guy.
Yeah.
So that year, 1979, 1980, the two teams on the average combined to take 2.8 three-point attempts a game.
Right.
A game. Last night, the Knicks and the Hornets took 69 combined.
I was going to say 40 apiece. Where are we at now?
No, almost.
Yeah.
69. And I say that because, think about the resistance. Oh, the three-point shot. Oh, this is like the ABA. Oh, this is gimmicky. Oh, this is hokey. Oh, what are we doing? No more fundamentals, guys. Just chucking shots up. Now, you know what? I love the guys knocking down threes, so I've grown to enjoy it.
I think it's too much.
I'm not saying it's not too much, but I've grown to understand that it's part of the game. It's not changing.
And I get what you're saying. That's a different conversation, obviously. But you're saying at first, be resistant. Oh,
Correct.
What's this change? They're ruining our sport. You got to be open to it. I'll give you that. And I kind of was for a second. And then I thought about it and said, they can't even explain what's going on. This thing is so convoluted, and it should be unnecessary. Nobody right now cares about, do you know what the Knicks get if they win this thing?
They get money.
Oh, isn't there some trophy that they get as well?
I'm sure. I don't care about that.
They can hang a banner for it. Yeah, okay, so you don't get the money, so why do you care?
Because I watch the Knicks anyway.
So, but is this going to do anything for you as a Knicks fan?
You know what I know? Listen.
If they win this whole thing,
No, I'm not going to front and say, no, we're going to have a parade down there. We're going to have Patrick being the Grand Marshal and finally won a championship.
Okay, so then
put
what's
Pat
the point?
At the end of the bench for the in-season champions. Go, Pat.
Is this for the fans to create interest?
Yes, it's for discussion. It's for, listen, what are the first things that you said, and I said as well, is that while you were listening to Breen try to stumble, we love Mike, try to stumble his way through the scenarios, I'm just popping on Twitter. And there were various, like Knicks Muse and some other good sites that I follow, good Twitter handles, right, where they had a live running account of the point differential and where the, plus 29, and this team is plus 21. And, I was going to social media to, again, convoluted, yes. A little hokey, yeah. A little quirky, yeah. And really, at the end of the day, utterly unnecessary if these guys had any professional pride and played hard every night. I'm with you on that. But since that's not the case, you got to try to do something. And last night, Twitter was ablaze. Not about so much Yamamoto or other baseball things or even Rogers, what he said on McAfee, but the NBA. And that's what they're chasing.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. BT and Sal on the fan. Let's hear from you. Andrew's in Bay Ridge. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, Sal, you just alluded to this. I don't understand who this tournament is for because the fan who is into it is already into the NBA. And for me, I'll admit I was a 90s Knicks fan. I've kind of lost my way with them. I'll watch the big games. Obviously, I'll watch a playoff game, but I'm not as plugged in anywhere near where I was when I was younger. But I don't care about this tournament. I have no idea how it works. And aren't I the guy that they're trying to lure back in with this? It makes no sense to me
I don't
whatsoever.
think so.
And if they do, I think Andrew's dead on, and thank you for the call, Andrew, and I feel similar to you. 90s Knicks fan. I mean, I used to BT. I know you and I have talked about our Knicks conversations.
It's my favorite team of all time.
And
I love that team.
I know our passion for baseball unmatched. We've done a great job having fun with the football season, but in the 90s,
forget it.
The Knicks were second to none.
Forget it.
I was living and dying with every possession. I used to sit there and knock on wood when they were on defense like a maniac because I want every possession meant something. So I loved the New York Knicks in the 90s. Unfortunately, them being inept and the way the game has evolved and changed kind of beat that love out of me. Now, I'm still a Knicks fan. I still get into it. And look, I went to a bunch of games last year, took my wife. Love going to the games that mean something. The postseason's still special at the Garden. I love it. But the game has changed to the point where The players don't care. A lot of the players, not all of them. The players don't care about the regular season games, so why should I? So is this tournament, to Andrew's point, is this for you and I to get into the regular season, or is this for the players to have more incentive to play the sport that they're being paid millions of dollars to play?
See, to me, I hear you. To me, there's two ways to look at it. Or if listen, you're not going to. I don't think you're going to enjoy this if you are the fan of a dog team that's getting blitzed and getting bounced and dropped from the first pool, outside of the court looking different. You're like, we have no chance. We're going to get waxed. We stink. I think one of the things that at least, and maybe I'm searching for something to gravitate to additionally, but it's not like we watch. And again, I watch the Knicks every night, so I can definitely speak to this as much as anybody. It's not like I watch the Knicks on a Monday in a regular game and they're half-assing, cherry picking on defense, not getting back, getting layups, not protecting the rim.
They look similar in the regular.
Knicks play this Knicks team,
which is why I
plays their asses off. So the Knicks team that played, opening night against the Celtics or Friday against the Heat in the play-in when they came back from 21, or last night against the Charlotte team, like whether it's Brunson, whether it's Barrett, you name DiVincenzo, Randall, there's not a guy on the team that doesn't play hard.
The throwback coach helps with that. I mean,
Correct.
Thibodeau obviously gets these guys to play hard. That's been the thing that was, the first year where they made the postseason, the pandemic year where they were the 4 seed, the thing that was lovable about this team, they didn't have much talent.
They overachieved.
Yeah,
because
they did it, because they played hard.
Yes.
They were a team that old school Knicks fans could love and appreciate. It reminded me of the 90s Knicks, the way that they played.
I agree without the talent. I agree. But it's easy to like this team. Therefore, I think, I don't know that everybody agrees with this. I think certainly for me, it's easy to kind of, all right, let me buy into this playing because the Knicks team that I watch on a Monday plays with the same energy and purpose and integrity as they did last night. It's not like they're playing for. If we were rooting for a team that gave up 131 points and I didn't play defense,
and then they played
not a speck of integrity, then we could sit here and say, these guys are just playing hard for $500,000. Who could respect that? This team always plays hard.
But this isn't about the Knicks. This is about the NBA.
But I don't care about the NBA.
No, I understand that.
But I care about our
Knicks. But that's what this tournament. I get that.
But the Knicks are part of the NBA, and the Knicks are moving on to play the Bucks.
But I'm saying,
going to enjoy it.
But I'm saying, what's the point of this damn tournament? I mean, is it for the fans? Is it for the players around the league? Linda is calling from Long Beach. What's up, Linda?
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Great.
Hey, Linda.
Excellent. I listened to the Knicks game the other night, and you know what? They could have won that game if they hit a few free throws. But
Phoenix,
getting back to what's going on now, these guys have just become big babies. They're running the show, they're running the teams, and they're getting paid $1 billion. So once they start whining and they want out, they want to play with this person, they want to play with that person, it's over. They don't care.
Well,
to listen to this guy from the Nets. They gave him everything he wanted, and he's gone.
Talk about Kyrie?
Which one?
Kyrie, KD, Harden, who?
Kyrie, and the star that was supposed to play, but he's out because his foot is hurt.
Yeah, I mean, look, and thank you for the call.
He was out the other night.
Yeah, and I'm not going to knock Kevin Durant. I'm not going to pick on the individuals here. And you could reference BT, as you have, the Knicks as being a team that may be different than the majority. Point is, there is an issue with the NBA because that is a league that the product in the regular season has been minimized to the point where nobody really cares about it. NBA fans will watch it, they'll bet on it, whatever, but it doesn't have the same meaning. To the extent that they're proving it to you, it doesn't have the same meaning by coming up with this tournament that they can't even explain what it is. So take me as somebody who, obviously I love sports and I'm into it, and I was intrigued. Okay, you know what? I've been dismissive of this tournament. Let me see. There's intrigue tonight where the Knicks have to win this game by a certain amount of points. Let me see. And I'm watching it, and I came away more confused than I was going in. So what exactly is the purpose of this thing? Is it for the fans? Is it to drum up interest in the players in the regular season?
I think it's to give a more competitive product, which obviously benefits us.
But I don't know if it is.
Well,
How's it more competitive?
Yeah.
The Knicks beating the Hornets by 30 points?
I mean, I can't prove that, but I do think as you get a little further along that, the Knicks Bucks should be a lot of fun, I would think. Listen, there's a lot of things wrong with the NBA, and I would probably start with when you get drafted, Unlike baseball, you usually most everybody goes a year or two in the minors now. I said Dave Winfield and a few others. You're going to come up, you can be a little bit more mature. NFL, 3 years, you can't get drafted. In the NBA, to me, this is the fundamental root of the issue. It's too young. And when you're young and you lack discipline or knowledge and awareness, spatial awareness, but also how to comport yourself professionally, you get drafted in the NBA.
You're making millions.
You're 19 years old.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge them for the money.
No, but it does play a part.
But
you're
think
19,
about this.
You're getting handed however many millions dollars.
But I do think that this generation's better equipped to handle the money than like when we were growing up. I feel like back then, I just feel like it's a more shrewd, more polished young athlete right now. That's just my opinion. But the NBA, you got these kids coming in, you drafted first, second, third, fifth, ninth, 10, top 10. You're 18, 19 years old. You play 30 minutes right away. You don't know how to play defense yet. You're on a horrendous team. There's no hard fouls. The three-pointers, you take 70 a night. There's no coaching. There's super teams. I understand there's a lot of problems with the NBA. And I used to love, and I still like, but I used to love the NBA. Love. I've got a lot of issues with it, but at least I'm going to say, you know what? They're at least trying to fix it.
Oh, I don't know if it's working. William is calling from Manhattan. What's up, William?
We got to give it more than a
Good
month.
morning, gentlemen.
What's up, Bill?
Big fan here. Yeah, the NBA's watered down. This NBA season tournament sucks. Like you guys said, there's no defense, too much three-point shots, flopping. I grew up in the 90s. I love 90s basketball. And what gets me upset, every time somebody scores and they inbound the ball, right? They roll it. Why are you not guarding that anymore? What happened to the guard of the inbound?
Yeah,
well, what do you think of the tournament, though, William?
They need to change a lot of things, guys. They really need to change a lot of things. Now you're going to do this in-season tournament to give them more money on top of the 40-plus mil some of these guys are making, 60. Like, come on, man.
Well, that's the other thing. Is it necessary? And thank you for the call, William. Is it even necessary? Like, their paycheck is not motivation enough? They need more. Hey, by the way, you can win another $1 million or $500,000. Like, what are we doing here? The NBA's regular season has become embarrassing to the point where they have to come up with a tournament that they can't even explain the rules to it. I tried last night. BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll continue with your calls on the other side. We'll get into the football. We'll have Jonathan Casillas a little bit later on as well. Stuff for Rodgers. We want to get into some baseball maybe later on as well. Just getting started here. BT and Sal on the Fan.